I'm going to be having McDonald's for the next 7 days for every single meal. So there are a couple of reasons as to why I am going to be eating McDonald's for the next 7 days for every single meal, right? Number one is because I thought it was fun to do so. So let's see how that goes. Number two, it's because I really like having McDonald's. So maybe I'm just using this as an excuse to have McDonald's every single day. Truth be told, I'm kind of a bit worried that I may end up hating McDonald's after having it every single meal for the next 7 days. So yeah, again, let's see how that goes. Number three, okay, and well, in all seriousness, the third reason here is, apart from it, being probably a fun challenge, is also because I want to use this as an opportunity to really show people, right? The so-called bad food, the so-called junk food. How can it actually affect your weight loss, right? Your fat loss, and if it actually will affect your weight loss progress if you do it correctly, right? In a way that you can still have these McDonald's meals. I'm not asking you to have McDonald's every day, but in a way that you can still have these meals and still know with confidence and with a good relationship with your food, right? To be able to actually still lose weight, still lose fat, okay? And you don't have to feel like just because you have one of these meals, you should feel guilty or that your progress is going to go down the drain. All right, so that's the actual main reason. All right, a bit more education behind it. Fun for me, right? Education for you guys. But yeah, really, it's to help you build a better relationship with foods in general, right? And not just classify it into bad and good right away. Okay, and the reason why I am taking on this journey, right, is to also show you day by day my thought processes, right? The thought processes that I may have had in the past, my clients have had in the past, and the thought processes that I actually learned, right, that are actually more helpful for me and that I actually pass down to a lot of our coaching clients as well. Yeah, so join us, right, step by step every single day. You can see the fluctuations that might happen. I'm not sure what's going to happen yet, but I've coached like enough people and myself to know what to expect, right? But as you go through it day by day with me, you're going to see real life example of what's going to happen and how I think through these things and why at the end of the day, right, I hope to show you guys that actually my body fat levels, my weight and all that stuff, it's still going to be maintained pretty well as I do things in a more educated, in a smarter way, right? Rather than just like blindly buying foods and choosing foods. Okay, yeah, so that's the real intention behind it. And what I am going to be doing is I'm actually not going to be counting my calories, right, as an additional point 4, right? I'm actually going to show you that it's actually not necessary for you to count calories and still have all these fun foods and still be able to progress, right? It's not necessary, but it would be highly beneficial for everyone who is starting out. I'm showing you a more advanced person's point of view, meaning that I already kind of know the calories. I'm not going to count them, I'm going to estimate them, and I already know how I'm going to kind of play around with the portion size and maybe some selections of the McDonald menu, right? That's going to be fun, and show you how I can still manage my body fat levels, right? And who knows, maybe you will actually be able to see some muscle gain and fat loss happening. Not likely, but we shall see whether that's going to happen. Yeah, so that is going to be what's going to be happening over the next 7 days. This is going to be day 1, right? And let's start the clip rolling for what has been happening over day 1. Let's have some fun. And oh, by the way, guys, if you have any of your favorite like McDonald's menu, drop it down below. All right, hopefully we can share some of our favorite McDonald's menu and hopefully try them out one day. Alright, so here what we are looking at is basically the results from my Xiaomi composition scale. I think it's probably 2 years already, but I've developed the habit of just every morning when I wake up, I just weigh myself, right? For no reason particularly, it's just a habit, right? And over the months and over the past few years also, as I've done this, I do realize that it helps you to kind of detach your any kind of feelings or emotions that you may attach to your weight itself. Over the past years or so, I've really kind of detached myself from it. When I do have a goal, I do monitor it a bit closely and pay attention to what the weight means. That's how it's been for me over the past few years, weighing myself every day. But that's why this information now is useful. So before I actually start the 7 days of McDonald's, what I want to do is just make sure that my weight over the past my weight and my body fat percentage over the past few weeks, preferably 2 to 3 weeks, has been kind of maintained at the same levels, right? Because when the weight and body fat has been maintained at a certain level, that means that whatever I'm doing currently, it's maintaining my state of my body, right? So that's a good thing, because we want to make sure that we keep everything as constant as possible before we embark on this McDonald's spree that we're going to embark on, right? Because that tells us that if we are able to actually manage our body weight and body fat with having McDonald's every meal, what I want to show you guys, that you can still enjoy these meals, it's going to be proven valid, right? But if I am unable to do so, if I am actually unable to maintain my body weight and body fat, we will know that, because I'm keeping everything else constant, we will know that it's mainly due to me not managing my nutrition as well, right? Because I'm not going to change up any other aspects of my life as much as possible. Yeah, so what you can see here is basically you can see from 8th of October, so today, the first day of our McDonald's spree, is 1st of November, right? And I've already taken down my weight, my body fat percentage on the first day, right? So this is actually at the start of the day before I actually consume any food and any liquid at all even, right? So we can see, right, over the past, I think a good 3 to 4 weeks, body fat wise, body weight wise, everything has been maintained pretty well. So I'm just gonna continue doing everything the same as similarly as possible. The only difference would then be what I'm eating, right? Which in this case is changing from whatever I've been eating to the McDonald's. Alright, so this is a good chart for us to base things off, okay? Because like I said, if you also have been maintaining everything pretty well, you can also tell yourself hey, if you also follow me and eat the McDonald's for a couple of days and you manage it pretty well, you don't have to feel like you're gonna lose a lot of progress, or you don't have to feel guilty about the foods like that, okay? But again, as a disclaimer, I'm not here and trying to encourage you guys to eat McDonald's every day. That's not the goal at all. The goal here is to really just help you, show you the experience that having some of these fun foods is not gonna be the end of the world for you. So that's that. This is what we are starting off with. Let's see how it goes for the next few days.
Baca, baca.
Yeah, boy.
Hi, evening.
Hi, evening. Can I get a what is that? The buttermilk crispy chicken.
Upsize?
Yes, upsize. Can I get a
Fine.
Can I get a hot Milo for that?
Sure, but for your if you take upsize, the drink only one size,
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, hot
Sure.
Milo. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so for the second meal of the day, I am actually gonna have the same same McDonald meal as meal number one, which is the buttermilk crispy chicken. Alright, so this is my all-time favorite. Every time I am eating McDonald's, it's usually going to be buttermilk crispy chicken. Unless I am not feeling as rich, then I will actually go ahead and order, you know, like a cheaper burger. Okay, so for this buttermilk crispy chicken, what we have in here is obviously the two buns. All right, yeah, I think it's the usual buns. I could be wrong because the buns also taste pretty good. Then we have, what do we have? We have some cabbage. All right, so it's gonna look like this from the top. Cabbage, and then we have two slices of pineapple. On top, a very juicy juicy and substantial piece of chicken. All right, so that's also one of the main reasons why I've gotten this, because I feel like this chicken there's more to this chicken than the other burger, right? Maybe it's a bit more of a happier chicken. No, I'm just joking. Okay, there's like the chicken itself is more, right? I feel like it's just, there's probably more protein inside, put it that way. Okay, and also I just love eating things that fill me up, right? So that's why I usually go for this burger, because the chicken itself is good enough. And then we have obviously the cheese and some other lettuces, I feel, and the special sauce that usually goes with the buttermilk crispy chicken. So obviously in cafes there are also gonna be like buttermilk chicken, and I feel like I've actually had similar sauce, had a similar sauce to the buttermilk chicken from the cafe, right? So I don't know if it's a sauce that usually people pair with the buttermilk chicken, but it's a really nice sauce, right? So you have the pineapple, you know, a bit more of a kick, right? And then it blends in really well with the fatty chicken, cheese, as well as, I have no idea what sauce this is, but yeah, I love the sauce, right? It's a whole lot of things going on, but it really blends in really well together. And yeah, so that is the buttermilk chicken. And it's always something I go back to. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going back to this after these 7 days, but let's see. Okay, I will definitely try other burgers along the way, but there we have it, the buttermilk crispy chicken. If you are here in Singapore, you know, I don't think this is in anywhere else in the world in the McDonald's. If you're in Singapore, definitely recommend this to try if you love pineapples on anything. Right, and like I said, it's very clear, I'm definitely the pineapple on the pizza kind of guy. Okay, so I'm gonna enjoy this now. Yeah, let me know if you would enjoy a burger like this as well.